So we're welcoming back to the show Jordan Kamnitzer and Toni Kent. There you guys are. How are you?
We're fine.
I'm so excited to see you guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You too. Yeah.
So I sort of build you guys as self-advocates. Is that a fair way of describing you?
Yes. Yeah.
I know
Okay.
times have been tough right now. Times have been tough.
Yes, times have been tough. And that's one of the things that we wanted to talk about with you guys. And I wonder, so for our audience who doesn't know you guys, help us to know a little bit about you. Jordan, do you want to start?
Sure.
Sure.
Well, I've been a self-advocate for several years, and I have been aware of the issues and the situations that have been going on. And both me and Toni were the subject of the video Perfectly Normal, which was done through the New York Times that came out over 3 years ago. And we are both still very proud of it itself. Unfortunately, for a while, actually since March 17th, as a result of COVID-19, I was furloughed due to my pre-condition with heart failure. And I first thought that I would get my job back only part-time, but it's not to be, because the company I worked for, Social Study School Services, became an online company. And because that the landlord did not renew the lease at the Culver City location, they moved to the East Gardena location, which has fewer people and is smaller. I'd made deliveries there to and from when I was employed there, but except for what I could do with limited access on the computer remotely, there wasn't enough for me that could get me rehired again. And so by September 30th, that was when it was official termination, when I had to change the health plans. And I do miss my job very, very much after 32 years. It's very emotional, and I've seen how half of the empty building looks from it. It will never be the same again.
So 32 years you worked at that job, Jordan.
Yes, I have.
And you have a birthday coming up. I don't want to tell on you and tell how old you are, but you have a birthday coming
okay.
up.
You'll be 21.
Well, actually,
You'll be 21.
actually,
Not this coming Sunday, but the next Sunday for his
He'll be
21st
21.
birthday. I'm going to take him out to lunch.
well, officially, I am really going to be turning 60 since I was born January 26th of
No,
1961.
Jordan's going to be 21.
I love it.
That's right.
21.
Don't listen
I
to
love
her.
it. So it's
But
Listen.
for real, I am
Listen.
going to take him out to lunch next Sunday for
Okay.
his birthday.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're going to do that, Toni, and
And I'm going
congratulations.
to give him a little bit of money too for his birthday too as well.
Don't wreck all the surprises, Toni.
Well, he
It's all
already knows.
Yeah, it's okay.
He already knows.
Okay.
So
But I can't go
Listen to
anywhere
her.
expensive.
Okay.
But he knows that.
All right.
I can't go anywhere expensive. But there's a place in the valley, and it's called Patty's. And I've been there with my friends June and David several times. It's very, very good, and it's very
love it.
reasonable.
Yes.
And that's where I'm going to take him for lunch next Sunday.
I love that.
Go
So I want to talk a little bit more about the employment situation, because I think what a lot of people don't realize is that for folks in because I'm in the same age range too, Jordan. I'm 58 now. And so these are very critical years. So you worked 32 years and you're 60, so you couldn't retire, and now they've let you go. So were you like poised to be able to retire in a couple of years, and now you've lost that opportunity there?
No, I guess I was going to be working till about the age of 65 or so.
Okay. But now you're not able to retire from there, which is devastating, I would assume.
Yeah.
And so I've been watching, because we're friends on Facebook, and it's been rough. You've been looking for jobs, have even started jobs, only to find out that they weren't exactly right for you. There was at least one job where you had to do a lot of heavy lifting. Is that correct?
No, there were two jobs. One was an industrial thing where fiberglass was done amidst the dust and all that. And that was like located in the Chatsworth area, to the staffing agency on that after that one day told me to find another job, but unfortunately, some other jobs weren't to be. And the second one was a place called Rugables, located in the Inglewood Gardena section. Uh, but they said the job was not right for me, although I did not mind doing the things and tasks like putting fabrics of rugs into bins uh, or cleaning janitorial job, which is what like with the other job was on cleaning the toilets and the portable areas, or to even be bringing cardboards and putting them into the bins. And I was going to learn how to use one of those type of cleaning guns or whatever, but that wasn't to be. The staffing agency had said that my employment there had ended. And of course, it was a shame. So I'm still, in the process looking online through Indeed.com and ZipRecruiter and other organizations for employment. And I've had interviews, but some of them have not been picked.
Yeah. Who else is helping you to look? Because is the Department of Vocational Rehab, are they helping you at all, Jordan?
Department of Rehab, yes, Asian Rehab from Orange County. So a woman named Minji Kim was trying to also help find opportunities for that. And secondly, I would say the one who's also been helping is Jewish Vocational Services. And they mentioned workforce or job force, though people cannot go in for their classes. They had to just fill out things, and such as even selective services for proofs and other things in order to be admitted and to be given services for that.
Okay. I know because we had somebody else who wrote in this week, Jordan, and was saying that they're 25 and that they're looking for work in the Valley and they were wanting resources. So I did a crazy thing. I just went online and I registered at one job place, and I have been inundated with emails talking about jobs and the like. I'm going to forward some of them to you because they're telling me that everybody under the sun is hiring. Obviously, a lot of them are driving jobs, and I don't know if that's something that interests you,
Yeah,
but
sure.
but I've gotten a bunch of notices, so I'm going to forward some of them to you. You'll look through them and see if there's anything that appeals to you. But I think we all need to stand in solidarity with you, helping you to find other employment. Now, have they approved you for unemployment while you're looking?
Yes, I have been on EDD, and it's been extended a few times for me. And yeah, I've been getting the services. Yes, I have gotten the stimulus ones too.
Okay.
And on the other hand, I want to say Toni has been furloughed from the Westside Regional Center
Yeah.
twice.
Well, let's talk about that. So, Toni, so you're currently furloughed?
Yeah, and my job coach, which was really nice, has been calling me up and checking up on me and see how I'm doing. But I don't know when I'm going to come back to work or not. But I definitely do know I do feel good about this and secure that I'm not fired,
Right.
and I didn't do anything wrong. And this whole thing isn't my fault, so, and I didn't do anything wrong. And, and Jordan didn't do anything wrong either. But
Right.
at least I feel secured that my job coach has been calling me up and checking on me. And I don't know when they're going to call me to go back to work, but I'm still getting paid, but I'm not fired. So, and I didn't do anything wrong. And, that's good.
That's important. That's
But
important.
right now, I mean, anybody that has a job right now, they're very lucky because it's very hard to find jobs nowadays, especially during this pandemic, thing. And so many places have been closed and stuff like that. And everything. People can't feed their children or medicine for the doctor or their kids, or they've been evicted from their apartment, whatever. And I'm really grateful that I don't have to worry about those things,
Yes.
Yeah.
And now, Toni, your healthcare, because you were furloughed, your healthcare is continuing, correct?
Yes.
But Jordan, I'm concerned about when you were eventually laid off, now no longer furloughed, you were saying you needed to change your healthcare. Is your healthcare intact at the moment, or is that a
Yes,
problem?
I do have Medi-Cal. I could not be both on this and on Blue Shield or Blue Cross at the same time in order to get that with these benefits. Same with the CARES thing itself. So it took time for me to do so, to learn about what has to be so in order to avoid conflicts of interest with healthcare services and other issues itself, and what is going there.
Now, you guys identify as being boyfriend and girlfriend, but you live separately. Is that correct?
Yeah, I live in my place. I've been lately back and forth to Jordan's, back at my place, back at Jordan's, back at my place, back at Jordan's, back and forth. And that's pretty good, but, I had a special friend that, I knew she was sick with pancreatic cancer. And I've been friends with her for over 30 years. And she and I have been dieting together about our weight, keeping our weight down, eating the right foods and stuff like that. But, I've been eating differently than her, but she was 82. And I called up just to wish them a happy holiday. And her husband, said that I didn't know this, that 2 days before Thanksgiving, she passed away. And it was really a little bit of a shocking thing, but I knew she was sick for a long time and she was 82. And, I just felt so bad. And, the most strangest thing is, I sent my condolences to her husband, and I've known him for over 30 years. He's getting up there. He's in his 80s, but, luckily he's not by himself. He has family and stuff that's taking care of him. But, I want to right now give him some space right now, because he said it's like he doesn't really feel like talking or answering the phone, which is totally understanding. He has my number, and I told him if he needs anything or want to talk, feel free to call me. I don't care if it's 2 or 3 in the morning. And, right now I want to give him some space right now or something like that. And I did what all I could, but I mean,
I'm so sorry,
yeah.
Toni, I'm so sorry for your loss. And I'm wondering, in this pandemic, I'm so glad that you guys have a pod together, that you are comfortable with being able to be with each other, because I know some couples are separated. How are you dealing with all of the things with COVID, and how are you staying safe and healthy?
Well, I mean, being responsible, doing my chores, running my errands, do what we have to do, stuff like that, keeping busy, and I feel very, very lucky, very, very lucky to have Jordan, very lucky, to have him. And, I do worry a lot about losing him, and what I'm really, really worried, about is like, I worry about him because I cannot pay his bills, at least he's getting help. His brother is helping him out with things, that I couldn't do, so I'm grateful he has a wonderful brother and family and nephews and stuff like that. And so I'm very grateful that he has that too. But, there's some things that they can do for Jordan that I can't do. And I can only do so much, and I'm
sure. Are you guys, I don't
know.
mean to interrupt, but are you guys mask wearers when you go out and about? Are you wearing masks?
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
absolutely. You can fine for that. I heard if you don't wear a mask, you can get
in
fined.
selected cities. I heard of
Yeah.
that. And by the way, I do get still on the side of what I've been doing also in the spare time. Yes, I've been still involved with remote classes, the virtual classes with the Jazz Hands for Autism organization. Yes, there have been a couple of virtual concerts that I hope if you've seen any one of them in itself. And get the classes now, 6 of them for this quarter or semester itself.
And you're teaching those classes, is that correct, Jordan?
I'm not teaching. No, I'm just a student and learning.
You're a student. I thought you were teaching, because you're a very accomplished pianist and you write songs.
Yes.
So you're taking the classes. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I've been taking them online and all that, and all these different changes, what it has to be with the lifestyle itself for everything and all of that, and doing whatever is necessary to keep our spirits and everything all alive.
Have you been able to find time to do things that maybe you wanted to do before, but you didn't have time? Is there anything, like a lot of people have learned something new or done something? Is there anything that you guys have been able to do in COVID that you couldn't do before?
Not really. Not really.
No.
Not really much. I've also, I could say, passing some of the time, and I like to watch on YouTube those doc spots. I mean, documentaries, many of them from the History channels or A&E or Discovery channels, which I find interesting educational pleasure of history I never knew about.
That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. So, and that kind of goes hand in hand with the job that you were doing before. So if you were going to look for a dream job right now, Jordan, we got people watching. What would your dream job be right now?
My dream job would be something either similar from some of my past or other duties of jobs, rather clerical or delivery driver services, or I would say either or cashier services, or even some computer work with Excel or Word or warehouse work itself. Any of those, I mean, would be fine for me full time and above minimum wage for $15 or so per hour.
Okay. And Tony, your expectation is that you're going back to your job. So you're
Yeah,
not
but I don't
looking
know
for a
when.
job. Yeah.
But I can only
Well,
work
hopefully.
part time. I
Yeah.
can't work full time. But I'm definitely going back to my job, but I just don't know when, you know.
Yeah, because she's on SSI.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So, but that is not your case. Is that correct, Jordan?
No, I could never be on SSI because I drive and I get around. That's an other amenities I
And you
have.
know, all the job applications Jordan has filled out and interviews and stuff that was never ever able to do by myself that Jordan can, because in some ways Jordan has more knowledge than I do.
Yeah.
His skills are more higher functioning than I do, but you know, I can only do so much, and I do try very hard, you know. But you know, I am very grateful to have Jordan, and you know, he's all who I have. And it's been a very scary situation, you know, lately.
But
And
I'm
I
so
don't
grateful that you do have each other. And
Yeah.
what
we
my
all have
concern
things
is.
that we're better at, and each one of you is remarkable in your own way, Tony. So, but I'm so
I
glad that
can't
you
drive.
guys have each other.
Yeah, I can't
And
drive. I can't drive
yeah,
because of the
and that's
medication
okay.
that I'm on, and I
Right.
have to take that
Yeah,
medication for my
sure.
Tourette's for the rest of my life. And
Yeah.
I can't drive. Luckily, Jordan can drive too. He's lucky. But no, everybody is smart in their own ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And so if you guys, I mean, I think that the world is in a very precarious place right now, but I do think that there are some people who are listening more than ever. And if there was a message, Jordan, that you wanted to send to politicians and people who are in the place of being able to make decisions about what it's like for you guys right now in the pandemic, what would you like to say to them?
Yes. First of all, I'd like to say, that we learn to survive and do sort of alternative things to try to keep things going. There are a lot of things, of course. I missed like the celebrations of some of the Jewish holidays here and there. Uh, but then we have to make the best of all these things, to keep ourselves busy and intact, in our work.
But what I'm
Yeah.
so grateful for, which is good news, but it's still going to take time. They found a vaccine. So,
Yes.
but I did hear. Now, of course, this comes first. The fire department, paramedics, nurses, doctors, caregivers, elderly people in convalescent homes, policemen, and teachers and stuff, they get their shots first. They come
Yes.
first. So
Yes, but now in California, just the other day, they made it so that anybody over the age of
I
65.
heard
heard.
about that. I have a friend that's in his 70s. I told him that, but the thing is, you have to make an appointment through email, and he's not able to do that. And I told him maybe someone can help him do that, because
Yeah.
maybe Jordan can do that, but hey, I certainly can't, you know.
Yeah, well, and this goes right to the heart of, I think, what we should be talking about as a nation is that we put in place some systems that not everybody can access. And that's not fair or appropriate. Now, I'm curious because earlier in the conversation, you were saying that you have a job coach, Tony, and
Very,
yet
very nice lady. Very, very nice
and
lady.
yet you have a job that you're going back to. Jordan, do you have a job coach?
No.
No,
Why is that?
he wouldn't qualify because he has more skills than I do. You know what I mean? He, for an example, if he had another job, his job would be at a higher position than me that I couldn't do because he has more skills, more knowledge than me,
Yeah,
and
but
more.
you could probably, we
I
could all use a job coach, couldn't we?
But
It
hey,
seems like
I am very grateful for my job, my job coach, and my supervisors, and where I work. It's wonderful. You know what? There are some people that are disabled that they're not able to work. That you know
that's
what I
right.
mean? So
That's
we
right.
should all be grateful that we are able to work. Some can, some can't. You know.
Yeah, one could also think of two pop songs regarding about job searching. One of them, I have to say, is by the Silhouettes, that doo-wop group called "Get a Job" with the sha na 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 sha
Oh
na
yeah, I
na,
remember
and the other
that.
one is the comeback song by Gary U.S. Bonds called "I Need a Job, I'm Out of Work." It was thanks to Bruce Springsteen, who helped him revive his career.
And so are these kind of the songs that run through your head while you're applying for jobs, Jordan?
Some of them, yeah, I would say so. Yeah, even when they're far different times of that, sure.
Now, I
Yeah.
tell you one thing for an example. This is for an example. If I worked at the Cheesecake Factory for an example, I bet you 2 to 1 by the end of this week, I would weigh 300 pounds.
See,
And
me
Jordan
too.
would have to roll me home. You know how
Yeah.
that is, how many
So
calories that is.
Yeah.
Look on the internet, look on your computer, cheesecakefactory.com, and you can see how many calories
Yeah.
one little tiny piece of cheesecake
Sure.
is.
is cheesecake your thing, Tony? Is cheesecake your
My
thing?
favorite place to eat,
Got
you
it.
know. So that's like but there is one thing that I really liked at the Cheesecake Factory. It is not fattening. It's on the skinny menu. It's the Mexican tostada salad. That is delicious. And they
That's
give you a
wonderful.
huge
Jordan,
portion.
what's your favorite
Yes.
thing to eat when
That's
out?
yes.
Yes, what's it?
What's your favorite thing to eat when you're out, Jordan?
Well, I would say one of my favorite restaurants I like is Casablanca restaurant in Venice on Lincoln and Rose, and they give you a lot, but it is not spicy, and I enjoy it very much. It has the interiors based on the movie of the same name.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Right
And so-
now, things are a takeout
Yes,
thing right
yeah.
Yeah,
now.
everything is takeout. But for people who have not met you guys before, they should go and watch that documentary. Is it still available on the New
Yes.
York Times website?
Yes.
And what is the name of it again, Jordan?
New York Times, Perfectly Normal.
New York Times Perfectly Normal. If you guys will Google that, you will find it. It's a short film, like 14 minutes, right?
Uh,
And
yeah.
it's absolutely beautiful because it really is just sort of slice of life. We get to spend some time with the two of you and see what your life was like pre-COVID. We get to watch you guys grocery shop, and the like. But for people who haven't seen it, how long have you guys been a couple?
We've been a couple now since 1992. That's how long we've been going together. So we've been going together for 28 years.
That's amazing. And how did you guys first meet?
Well, we first met was in the format. I'd met her sometime, at Santa Monica College a few times when she was going with other people, and I saw her in social groups like Elegol and Haverim. And then after nearly 4 years of a dry spell where I didn't have a girlfriend, we took a chance at it, and it is beautiful. And we went out together and went to places and showed videos, and it is beautiful. I mean, we've been through both good and bad times together, and we've learned a lot from each other.
So Tony, what was it about Jordan that you looked at and you went, "Oh, this is the guy for me"?
Well, I kind of felt bad about really something. I was really apologetic to Jordan that a friend introduced me to me at Santa Monica College. And God, when I first met him, I shook his hand, and Jordan says maybe sometime we can go. I'll go out to eat or for a drink. First time I met him, I said, "Wow," and I says, "Yeah, maybe sometime Linda, and you and I maybe can go have a drink." And then he says, "What about just you and I?" And I says, "Yeah, that would be good sometimes." And then we exchanged numbers. He kept calling me and wanting me to come to his house. I was kind of shy. I felt kind of embarrassed, but he kept saying and kept calling me to come on over. And I says, okay, just this one. So, okay, I will. And I started to, and then more and more and more I came over. And that's how I started to get stuck with him.
Yeah.
And then I told him how sorry I am that I was shy and I didn't mean to ignore him, and so forth. But I'm glad he didn't turn away from me. So he was the guy for me. And I mean, there are very few people that have had a relationship like this for all these years, but, we can't get married, but that's okay, but still, I'm really.
Why can't you get married? What is the reason
Because
why you can't?
number one, I would not have enough money and my SSI would be terminated and he could not support me financially. Even with my SSI, it would not be enough money to live on or
But
so.
I feel like the world needs to hear that the support.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like the world needs to hear that the support that's set up for you would not.
Hey, I am very grateful
Sure.
for my apartment and my roommate. I'm with a low income thing, a home ownership made easier for the regional center, low housing, and a wonderful roommate in a nice area. It's like a condominium. I don't have to worry about my rent or my bills or anything. I am extremely lucky. But I mean,
But if you could have
yeah.
If you could have all of that and you and Jordan could be married, would you guys want to be married?
Yeah, but
sure.
the thing is, we can't. Jordan can stay with me in my apartment because of the rules. I don't make the rules, and I could not stay with him either, but we're back and forth. I'm very grateful for that, But
And I appreciate that. I just feel like the system needs to change a little bit because love like yours should not be prohibited from being married. It's like the next thing we need to fight for.
Guy,
Yeah,
by the way, he's really getting on my nerves.
Yeah,
you know what
I
I
know.
mean? So, and no, I'm just kidding. I'm
Yes,
just
yes.
joking. Yeah, I'm just joking,
Yes.
Jordan.
And the
I'm
thing I always,
Jordan,
yeah.
Jordan, what was it about Tony? What did you see in Tony that made you so bold that you were like, no, I just, the two of us, I want to get together. And it sounds like you were pretty persistent that you pursued. What was it about Toni that you saw and that you were like, this is the gal for me?
Well, it was her nice personality and her friendliness and givingness that, in a way, turned me on, kind of thing like what her friend Linda was also, and it was due to her, nice talking, and also for her love of cats and other animals is also the thing that turned me on. And the thing she always loves to say is, "You've hurt its feelings." As a joke. I mean, because she says that's another way of saying, "Oh, poor sweet baby," and this was the kind of thing of a type of caring. So, I mean, through good and bad times, that we've been here and there together and learned a lot from each other in the process.
Well, we're just about out of time here, but I just want to say I'm so thrilled that we got to have you guys on in the first week of the new year. I think you guys are such an inspiration to so many of us because you have so much love for each other and you're such good people. We wish you the very best. Jordan, I hope you find your dream job in the coming weeks and that you guys are able to take some of the time that COVID is forcing you to not work and spend that time together doing things that you really enjoy. But we hope that we all get back to work and back to normal as soon as possible.
But it's going to take time.
Yeah.
It's
going to take time.
all over the world.
And I see that, I guess, one of the reasons why you're doing the interview from your home instead of at the studio, I guess, for those reasons.
Exactly. We've been doing the show remotely since the beginning of March. So, and we thought that was just going to be for a couple of weeks, and pretty soon it's going to be a year. We will have been doing this for a year. But like you, I am so grateful. I'm grateful that I've had the opportunity to continue to do my job and to continue to showcase folks like you. I'm incredibly grateful that I have the opportunity to do that and stay at home and be safe. So last thoughts, you guys, because we're going to be out of time. What do you want to say to the folks at home?
Jordan, can I ask you a question?
What's it?
Am I an awful person?
It's not like in the film, "Am I a lousy girlfriend?" which I tell her not, that she isn't. I mean, it's sort of similar to that, but she is not. Otherwise, we never would have been together My mom used to call Dad miserable husband or miserable father when he came home late with his charades as an architect.
I'm
Mm.
sorry, Jordan, that I'm a terrible
You're
person,
not.
and I get on your nerves a lot too,
I think Tony,
Right,
I'm
yeah.
just joking.
I think Tony says that, Jordan, just to hear you say that you're a wonderful person, because
Yeah.
Exactly.
you light up when you
Words
say
right
it.
out of my mouth, yeah. But
That's
we
good.
get on each other's
Yeah,
nerves
sure.
all the time, back and forth. Nobody is
Yes.
perfect.
Right.
You know
No
what I
one
mean?
is.
If anybody
Well,
was perfect, it would be a dull world.
Right.
that's right.
Of
On
course.
that note, we got to say goodbye because we're out of time, but we love you guys. We want people to Google New York Times, always end on a kiss. New York Times, and
to lunch.
Yeah, I will. Okay.
perfectly normal.
To lunch.
And happy birthday, Jordan.
Thank
See,
you.
he was 21.
60 officially.
All right, we love you guys.
Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out